What it do? What it do? We back again with another one on your head top. The one of the sex workers from the Diddy and Cassie trial just did an interview on the Hodge Trends podcast. His nickname is the Punisher, so this should be good.
We got Sharay Hayes, a.k.a. the Punisher in the house. You became famous with this whole Diddy trial. How did you get in touch with them?
So in New York City, I was doing a male stripper thing, and if you wanted to hire me, I had a website that came up, getpunished.com. I just lucked up. So in New York City, I swear, bro. I just lucked up, man.
Did that shock you when the door opened? It was Cassie?
I didn't even recognize her. When she introduced herself, she said they were a married couple. But I couldn't figure it out, man. And I never figured it out until like a year into it. You know, this went on 2.5 years.
Oh, so you didn't even recognize it was Puffy?
My instructions when we first started this was me and her were going to get on the couch and do the baby oil thing or whatever. And her husband... yeah, the baby oil thing, right?
Why they got the baby oil in a fancy case like it's jewelry or something like that? Oh my god. And the dude was all saying too that Diddy was like masked up wearing like a fucking like a Islam, them shits them Islam be wearing. He had that shit on, so he didn't even know it was them.
Then her husband's gonna come in and watch, but I'm not supposed to look at him, talk to him, even acknowledge he's there. And so he walks in and he's butt naked, right? He's butt naked, but he has on a Muslim hijab. So all I can see is his
Dude,
It's Diddy. Oh
piss
man.
off the Muslim.
What the fuck?
quickly realize whoever this is, they're hiding their identity.
So she would climax.
Yeah.
What would she say when she's climax?
What would she say? The way you asking questions, you gonna be pacing the room. What'd she say next? What was that?
Was long. I'm gonna try to do a reaction to the entire thing. We have to break it up in a few parts because it's a 2-hour podcast, so it might be like 6 or 7 parts, but it'll be good.
Yeah, welcome to episode 73. We got Sharay Hayes, a.k.a. the Punisher in the house.
What's going on? What's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate it.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. It's just-
How did you get that name, the Punisher?
Man, look,
Because the first thing popping out here is like, man, he doing some domination.
He did some domination.
You like that? You hitting people down? I just got my nuts hanging out.
So, yeah, I wish I had one of them stories, man, but it's a nickname I got before all of this stuff playing basketball. So
Basketball.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a mean crossover there.
yeah, bro. You know, I had a nice game on the hoops, and
Yeah.
then it was an and one. Like you can foul me, you can hack me, I'm still gonna score. So I got the Punisher, but I took the character over, and I try to live up to it. You know what I'm saying? You can't meet a woman like, hey, I'm Punisher, and then come in on some slow music, love me. That doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to live up to it. You
Yeah,
know?
you give just Sharay Hayes. That's a good name. Sharay Hayes in the house. You know?
Yeah, I got it now. The Punishers, it was what gave me the clout, so I'm gonna keep rolling with it. You know?
Hey, so you became famous with this whole Diddy trial. How did you get in touch with them?
So listen, man, I just lucked up. So in New York City,
lucked up?
I swear, bro, I
lucked
just
up?
got lucked up. I just
Lucked
lucked
up
up, man.
with
Like,
that
so
one.
in New York City,
Might
I
have
was
been-
doing a male stripper thing, and if you wanted to hire me, you
Bro. Man, I'd have been juicing on myself, dog. I pull up to that motherfucker and I could only imagine. Because it's very rare, especially in that line of work where you dealing with a very attractive woman and they paying you to have sex with them. It's rare. Most of the time you fucking some women that you really don't want to fuck, but you getting paid, so you gonna take one for the team. And bill rent gotta get paid, condo gotta get paid. The shit ain't gonna stop, so you gonna do what you gotta do. But I could only imagine walking in that motherfucker and Cassie disrobe. I'll all mess my birches up.
You could just do a Google search, like male strippers NYC,
Okay.
whatever. And I had a website that came up, getpunished.com, right? and the phone just rung on a Saturday night. I didn't know who it was. She said her name was Janet. Hey, it's my birthday. I'm having a little gathering. Can you come do a little strip tease? I'm like, yeah, sure. And I almost gave it away, but you always ask the location, so they said Trump International. I'm like, oh man, big gig. I'm like, money,
Come on, baby. Give me some pussy and make some money.
So I took the gig and I showed up thinking it was gonna be like a little birthday party, and she opened up the door in a row, basically naked, man. So it's like,
How much they charge? How much you charge?
Bro,
Dude,
I would have juiced on myself right there. Oh my god, bro. Niggas can say what they want by Cassie. She's a whore, slore. Especially now, in hindsight, when we looking back on it and finding out all this information. But before we knew all this information, Cassie's bad. That's a bad bitch right there. So, can you imagine you open the door and you see that, you like, thank you, God. I know you feel like you're ching. I know you heard ching in your head when you open that door. You're like, I'm finna get paid for this. Oh, I'll do this for free. There's some of them you do for free. That's one of them. Was like, oh my god,
tease is $200.
Oh man, you just gotta love that.
You show up at look, man, when you start doing this at 22 years old, right? Go back to 22 years old.
22,
right?
I didn't know nothing about this.
Dude, for me to walk into a room full of women and basically get paid to dry hump them.
Yeah.
At 22, I did that for free.
Yeah, I'll do it for free at 22.
So
I'll do it for free. This is 33. I got bills paid. Life is real. I need to get paid. But back then, please.
So you try to stay within the range.
Okay.
And then I just do less. They just get a lazy show. You know what I'm saying?
Did that shock you when the door opened? It was Cassie.
So the thing is, I didn't even recognize her. All I saw
Ain't
was
that
just,
crazy?
And this is probably her older. Prime Cassie 10 years ago. Cassie 10 years ago.
I mean, you'll walk right past and you don't even recognize him.
Dude,
I've had that happen to me. That dude looks familiar. Then like 3 days later, I said, "Damn, that was the old dude that played point guard for San Antonio." Yeah, man, that was damn Sharay Hayes that walked past me, man.
There's Sharay Hayes.
Dude, I did not recognize that. I kept trying to put it together, but I was Google searching. But when she introduced herself, she said they were a married couple. So all my Google searches is married couple, married couple, married couple. Which
okay. That's
I'm
your
drawing
specialty.
blank. Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't figure it out, man. And I never figured it out. Until like a year into it. You know, this went on 2.5 years. And like a year into it, I'm at like a hotel. They put me in a room. It was like, yo, just relax in here. And it was one of them rooms where if you cut on the TV, there was a welcome message. So the TV was like, Essex House would like to welcome Mr. Sean Combs. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you
that's
didn't even recognize
crazy for a whole year. Because they was pretty much, I guess they both was masked up. And I think he said Cassie had like a wig on. And if you're not really, you older, you live in the city, you're not really keeping up. You don't know these. You know who Diddy is. Diddy, he's going to know Diddy. If he see Diddy, he's going to know that it. But Cassie, if you're not really keeping up with like pop culture and shit, you're an older dude, you don't know what the fuck Cassie is. You know what I'm saying? You just thinking that's some chick Diddy with or whatever, but you know who Diddy is. So Diddy's like, you know what I'm saying? He's a public figure. You know you black, you know who Diddy is.
Puffy.
Because, so my instructions when we first started this was me and her were going to get on the couch and do the baby oil thing or whatever.
The baby oil thing.
Yeah, the baby oil thing, right?
Bro, I don't even look at baby oil the same no more, dog. Do I even have baby oil right now? I do, but I usually put it in a spray bottle. Because the shit, baby oil is one of them things is like, you can't really contain it. That motherfucker, it get loose. So I got it in a spray bottle, so... You know what I'm saying? I rarely use it too. That shit will last. Sometimes I think that motherfucker be spoiled sometimes. Cause I don't really use baby oil. I just get it just in case I want to use it for some shit. But I never really, cause I use like good lotions and shit like that for my skin. And for my face, I don't put any old lotion on, or any specific lotion for my face. And my body, I already don't lotion my body. I'm a grown ass man, dog. I lotion the parts motherfuckers could see. Right here, it's hot summertime right here. The face, that's it. Legs, body, ain't getting no fucking lotion on it.
And then watch, but I'm not supposed to look at him, talk to him, even acknowledge he's there.
Right.
So,
Like the damn king or some shit.
These motherfuckers, they excited. You see, they like, this is good shit. It's some good content right here.
And so mind you, he's literally about 10 feet away, like behind a table, like sitting in a chair.
You hear this?
Dude, like that. Yeah.
He just spanking it
like
over
the sound
there.
effects was crazy.
Oh my god.
Squeezing one off.
Yeah, that was whack, 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 whack. Yeah. The piece action was crazy, bro.
Right.
So the thing is, I'm not supposed to look at him, right? So I can only look with peripherals, right? Because it's so. And so he walks in and he's butt naked, right? He's butt naked, but he has on a Muslim hijab. So all I can see is his
Dude, this is
all I
hard.
can see is his eyes.
That's gonna piss off the Muslims.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm thinking he
What
was
the
circus. I'm finna die in the house.
Yo, man, it was a weird optic, bro.
Was you think it was about to be a damn terrorist attacking us?
Yeah.
I think a black man with a hijab.
Yeah, nah, dude. It was at first I thought it was some type of crazy kink, right? Like this is weird, right? But then you quickly realize whoever this is, they're hiding their identity
Right.
to the next level.
Big
So
time. They gotta be big time. Yeah. Like when you saw Cassie and she was naked, did you like what was the thoughts going through your head? Like, because that's a pretty woman.
Bro, what it is almost like a dream come true. Like that's the male stripper fantasy, right?
Yeah.
You know, you used to showing up to, the windmills and fatties, right? You know
Come
what I'm
on, you know,
saying?
keep it real. Bad women, attractive women ain't paying for no dick because they could get dick. Unless something gotta be really wrong or they gotta be into some neck shit. Like, that's rare. That's not common. And he this is what he do for a living. And he not running into no baddies like Cassie. You run into older women that ain't really too. It's just like, oh god, fuck it. Pop a couple of these pills for this one because I ain't gonna get up naturally on this one because this ain't it right here. So you used to dealing with, you know what I'm saying, women that ain't too easy on the eyes. So I know when he seen that, he's just like, woo. Oh, I don't know what I did God to bless me with this one, but I appreciate you.
Yeah,
I gotta have a home today.
you that's what look. I appreciate the support from the women or whatever, but you don't run into a lot of Cassies, right?
But they know they fat as hell.
So that's your fantasy, right? So when you see a woman this beautiful, right, and your fantasy is just the dance, right?
Right.
And when it's like, hey, I want to go there, it's like, oh man, this is like.
Yeah.
Like sexual lotto.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sexual lotto.
To have sex with her, they're paying you.
Paying
Like,
you.
you don't get no better than that. Yeah.
$2,000 a pop.
Cause let's keep it real.
$2,000.
Most of the time, you paying for some pussy. It ain't. Oh, chill. Imagine in that line of work, a baddie calling you over to her crib and she giving you $2,000 to bust her down and rub her body down. But I'm telling you, I'm juicing on myself. Before we even start, shit, like, what happened to you? Nothing.
I find out after all of the other guys testified and spoke up, I was getting paid the cheapest. Like, I was the below 5 guy. You know what I'm saying?
Another dude was saying he was getting $5,000.
Edition, bro, like, this is crazy.
So after the deed was done, he didn't tip you anything?
So remember, I wasn't supposed to look at him, talk to him, acknowledge him.
Yeah.
So when it was done, he'll just pop up, leave the room. She'll follow him out, and then come back with a stack of hundreds, man.
Oh, okay. Hey, what did you? These were some nice places, though, right?
Oh, bro, listen, top tier. One of the hotels, suites. It was
I
called
could only
London
imagine.
Hotel. Yo, my man, when I walked in there, only thing I can describe it to is like, you know that you ever seen the movie Titanic and it's that big ballroom with the staircase? They literally had that in the middle of the suite. So I come out and I look it up, and this suite was $30K a night.
Wow.
30,000.
They paying you to be there and have sex with Cassie.
Jesus
crazy.
Christ.
It's crazy, bro.
It helped your ego a lot, right?
Oh, bro. What? What? I had theme music walking around. I heard theme music as I walked around,
Look,
bro.
man.
Like, forget about it. And then I was in denial, right? So the case tells you, you know, it's all these different guys or whatever, but I really believed I was the only one, right? I was like, yeah, I'm special.
I'm knocking it down. Of course you're going to feel like that. You're not going to think, this chick, she's bad. And they paying you. You like, you got to be the only one. Like, this ain't going to be something they doing on a regular. You think, I'm the man, dog. They chose me. I'm punishing it. You know what I'm saying? Rubbing her body down with baby oil, making her feel all greasy. And then getting my rocks off? Come on, dog. This is not happening with every dude.
All his girls.
Right.
So Cassie get a hall pass. She called me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then my theme music come on, and I'm just walking around feeling like I'm the man. And the case come out, and it's like, womp womp. Now you just Walmart guy.
How old were you at the time you were doing this?
This was 2012, so I was in my late 30s, maybe 38, 39.
That's like the perfect age, man. Late mid-30s?
Yeah, perfect.
So
age.
he's in his
'Cause
50s
you
now.
still have the physical flow of, like, you still feel athletic, like you do what you got to do.
Yeah, right.
But, like, nothing started to hurt yet. But nothing, bro. I wake up, like, how I hurt my knee? Like,
I don't even imagine when
We
you
had
do 50s.
RFK Jr. on. He told me, he said, the next 20 years of your life is going to be miserable.
Man,
He said,
they
make sure
50
you hit
now.
the gym every day or you're going to fall apart.
no, dude, that is serious, man. I was never a cardio guy, but I got into, like, 30
You can
minutes
tell you
a
work
day
out
on
and shit.
stepper.
Yeah, dog.
And it was
That
the
shit,
first
you stuck
6
in your
weeks
50s,
was
bro.
hell.
Everything started
Yeah,
hurting.
but once my body got used to it, I feel easy 15 years younger, yo. 15,
Yeah.
20 years younger. Like, you can't stop the flow, man. You got to.
Right.
You gotta
Gotta
keep
do it.
working out.
Hey,
Yeah,
I want to
dog.
dig into these encounters. What do you call them? Like, so,
What the fuck?
give me the breakdown. How would this all go down?
So it was literally the same routine every time.
Okay.
So, you know, we'll start out just on she's on some sort of sofa and I'm on like a chair, just kind of like angled towards her.
She
And-
looking fine as hell, huh?
bro, dude, it messed up my sex life, right?
I could only imagine, dog. I could only imagine, dog. You busting on a let's keep it real. One of those. When you gotta go back to when you eat and listen to me. When you eat certain type of foods, or no, put it like this: when you jump out, when you drive a Mercedes Benz S Class, air suspension, double laminated glass, you can't hear nothing. The first time I ever was in a Benz, I'll never forget it. It was 2013. I was doing security, and I had to open the gate for these guys to play baseball all the way on those. It was like a good distance around. So the white dude pulled up. He like, yeah, they wanted to play some baseball or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'll meet you around on the other side. He's like, nah, man, you just get in. Bro. Yo, he started driving. I never felt nothing like that in my life. I was like, bro, I wasn't even feeling the road. I'm like, what the fuck? He went around. It was like a little dirt road type shit. I wasn't even feeling the bumps or nothing. I'm like, bro. And he's speeding. This motherfucker's driving. Like, I don't know if he just got the call. He's showing out or what. What's motherfucker? And it's like 2 blocks up. And then you got to come around. For me, it would have been shorter because I cut across. He had to drive and go around. Bro. Never felt nothing like the shit felt like. And at the time, I was like, yo, how this car feel so smooth? I was young at the time. I didn't really know nothing. And that's something like, bro, air suspensions, dog. Since then, bro, I got to get rich, dog. I got to reach a certain point in my life where I got to get me a nice car. When you get a nice car, it's hard for you to go back in life and jump in a Toyota Camry or a Nissan. When you jump on a Mercedes Benz or any car, put it like that, any car with air suspension and double laminated glass where you can't hear noise on the outside and massaging seats and you know what I'm saying, you feeling like a real boss, it's hard to go back to a regular car. Every little bump you feeling, hearing all this noise, you're like, bro, I'm poor again. You don't want to go back to that. once you reach a certain point and used to certain things, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go back. So I know what he's saying. Like, bro, when you saw fucking baddies, you ain't trying to go back to fucking no Gila monsters.
I hook up with this beautiful woman, and then I come back out to my chicks like, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like, you know, don't get me wrong. I was dating some nice girls, but it's still levels, right?
Yes,
right?
levels
like,
to this.
Yeah. So so we would just start out, and everything had to start like a scene. Like, so it was just never straight into it. It's like she's putting baby oil on herself. I got to put it on me. Then we're doing like some mimicking some like type of masturbation, you know, but you got to do it sexy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right? You gotta do it sexy, right? Yeah, dude, straight
Word of some
cheesy
movie shit.
cable porn scene, right?
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Right, so you do that, right? And then
one of them late night
eventually
portal
it leads
joints.
to us putting it on each other, right? And then it'll escalate to some sort of oral and then intercourse. And we'll always start.
And she's
And then at
sucking
some
them
point
off too, dog. I would have lost my shit, dog. I would have lost my shit. Especially if you know who this is, I would have definitely lost my shit, dog. Sucking you up, and then you fuck, and the other dude told me he's fucking it raw. You fucking Cassie raw, and she's sucking you up. I'm eating it like, bro. I don't even want to get into all that, but you know, so all I gotta say.
Peripheral, I can see. When they're walking, right?
Oh, that might have been like a little like, man, I would have been so focused.
And then
he nowhere near me too. I'm like
direct,
tripping.
right?
I'm fucking.
So he was directing all this. He was giving direction.
Direct, but he would never talk to me. He would always talk to her.
I'm gonna kiss my
even if he
neck,
even if
bro.
he wouldn't
Yo, dog. I would have been wildin'. Either they would have been like, don't ever call this nigga again, or we want him all the time. Cause when I tell you, I would have been making love to that bitch, dog. It ain't no regular, like, oh, it's just, no, I'd have been making, kissing her neck, rubbing her, bro. She'd have been like,
do something. He would tell her to tell me.
Oh, really?
Oh, you can't even get too into it.
Man, stick your dick in her ass.
You want to hear that? Yeah. You want to hear Diddy say that? You like it the
That's a good
phone?
point, right?
Yeah, it's like you right there doing somebody's wife, and he say, "Hey, man, do this."
Like, bro.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he would always tell her, and then because he's across the room, and the room is always dimly lit, like candlelit or whatever.
Right.
So he'll kind of like pace back and forth, like, you know, like pacing. Like,
Yeah. He get like every angle.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and then he'll tell us, like,
I
tell
can't,
her
bro.
anyway.
Even me thinking about my broad, even talking to a nigga, not like talking to a nigga on the phone. No, I'm just talking about it's like, just in general day life, talking to a nigga too much. It's gonna be a problem. So I could imagine a nigga fucking your bitch in front of you and rubbing her body down with oils. Oh, fuck. Oh no, I couldn't do it.
Move the light, move your body to the left,
Right.
move him to the right, whatever, and every single time, then it would escalate to penetration, sex, whatever, and then when it was over, I had to finish the same way every time. So if I was,
how was that?
I was
way?
instructed to escalate all around the outside of a, like on her,
Not all of outside.
yeah,
pussy.
every single time.
Okay.
And so obviously it was revealed in the trial that after I did notice that she would kind of, once I did it, he would jump up and leave the room, and then she would follow him out.
Right.
And I noticed she would follow him
Look at his face.
away.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Dude, I don't know who's Keith and who's Kevin. I can't tell. But look at this one. He over here. He's like, this shit is crazy. It's funny. This motherfucker like, right. Look at him. He like, for real. Look at the enthusiasm in his face. He like, yeah.
Where, like, she's kind of stopping it from running off her. Yeah. So then she said on the stand that when she got in the back, she would take it off of her and then rub it on his nipples.
You heard the nigga in the back say, "Oh, that's not them. That's they producer." He in the back like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Been fresh.
He want that shit fresh.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
crazy.
So as soon as you were finished, you would see him hop up. And she would hop up. Go ready. He's like, oh, get it on me fresh. Oh, God. Yeah,
why is nipple? Bro, that remind me of that episode of South Park where they was going to, I think it was Apple or Verizon, one of them stores. And it's like, oh, the cable guy, he can't come out until next week. Oh, no. It's such an inconvenience. And he just kept, and he pulled out the other dude's shirt. He's like, oh, no. It just, I was like, why do they keep doing that? Now, if y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. That episode of South Park where the motherfucker just kept playing with their nipples. Like, oh, it's such an inconvenience. We won't be able to come out until 3 weeks from now. It's like, no, we need you tomorrow. He's like, oh, no. The only time we got is 6 months from now. Oh, what a shame. He just kept playing with their nipples. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. She testified to that. She said it on the stand.
Yeah.
They questioned her about that on the stand.
So while he's directing, he's stroking at the same time.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Rigorously, bro.
Yeah. Did you ever, like, finish and then he took off running, got a dick in his hand?
Bro, I'm trying not to make.
Yeah, I'm trying to think
bro,
about this.
It's already enough pressure for me. I don't need that visual. I don't need to see the active piece. Like,
right? Yeah. Because when it's a
imagine.
threesome, 2 guys, man, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I never even did that. First of all, they don't even call that a threesome. They call that a train, right?
Yeah, that's a train. That's a train.
Yeah,
that's the wrong classification, bro. That's the wrong classification, right?
That's a train.
See, that's a train. 2 girls and a guy is a threesome, right?
Okay.
2 guys is a train, right?
Yeah. We talking to a professional here.
So we talking to a professional.
Crazy, man. So what was his favorite thing? Every session, he would call for it to happen. He would demand. You could see his eyes light up every time he did it.
I mean, bro, the only thing that I would say was consistently routine was what I just said.
Yeah.
I had to, like, that was mandatory, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, you know, with me being uncomfortable to perform.
Bro, I would lose my shit, dog.
Everything was just.
Yeah.
They say take 20
and you fucking
milligrams of Cialis. I took 80.
Unless she's sucking it up.
That's what black people do. One after another, taking 10 of them.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah. So if you ever took these pills, you know, if you over medicate, you go numb. You can't feel anything. Like you can perform, but you desensitized. So sometimes we would not, like there wasn't one time where I was able to finish from just sex, from penetration. She would have to be done, and then they'll be like, well, we need you to, and then I got to rub it out, but like with the concentration.
With the Diddy concentration.
Yeah. Oh.
I got the vein in the forehead.
That's the worst, dog.
Right?
And you can't even finish, like, fucking on her and really get your nut out. Sometimes she done, it's like, she's done, it's like, fuck.
They scoot out, going, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then she'll come.
Hey, was it always vaginal? Did you ever have like anal sex with her? Or?
No.
Kevin's in the butt. He always. Has
Yo, that's Kevin. Just keep right.
He just.
He was the one who was like, huh? Kevin, he always in the butt.
I was just wondering. Yeah. Hey, so she would climax.
Yeah.
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 What would she say when she's climax? Climax.
What would she say?
Yeah, like, I'm coming. What would she say? I need some details, man.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on?
Bro, I was just, dude, the way you asking questions, you gonna be pacing the room. What'd she say next?
Oh, man, I got a little Diddy in me.
I got a little Diddy in me.
Hey, y'all got the same DNA. You fucking butt. You want the masturbation fucking soundtrack and shit.
He said, what she say?
This is crazy.
I can't recall exactly what her.
But you could tell by her, like, her body movements. Notice that she would make right.
Yeah, I got a cue.
So I got a key.
Would Diddy talk to us like, oh, you like that?
Take that.
You like
He
that,
said, "Take that."
So
take
here's the
that.
thing, man. I think whatever the timing of it was, he was extremely diligent without me trying, I guess, me to figure out who he was.
Yeah.
So it was real systematic. Even if he had to talk to her, he would get up, leave the room, she'll follow him out,
Oh,
and then come back and give me
okay.
instructions.
because you're after white, man. I think it's Diddy.
Yeah, I think
Like the
I
fuck?
probably would have made the voice
Yeah.
out if he spoke
Yeah.
extensively.
Yeah.
He probably would have figured it out. But yeah, it was a real
They had their shit set up.
kind of systematic thing where
Leave,
he
she
wouldn't
follow
even
him.
talk to her in front of me. And then you got to wonder, right? You got to wonder, was he hiding his identity? And then you got to think about the legal aspect of it, right? The funny thing, in 2.5 years, I never had a direct request to have sex. Everything was implied, right? It was implied. Even the very first time, they kind of set it up where, all right, we just want you to do this scene with the baby oil. And then at some point, I was just massaging her. And then she got up, left the room, came back, said that was perfect, paid me, and then asked me, do you want to finish?
Oh wow.
So it was
I
like
consider it.
So it was like
Consider it. That's when I would have juiced to myself. Because before, cause you thinking, okay, I'm just getting paid to rub this bitch down with some baby oil. Like, how much? $2,000? All right, cool. And it's just like, oh, do you want to fuck me? It's like, yeah. That's what I said. I would have said, hell yeah. I would have tried to play it cooler. You know, try to play it cool. Like, yeah, we could do that. Ooh. I would think that's what I would have said, but I wouldn't have said that. I would have been like, hell yeah.
my choice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was my choice.
They was very.
So,
I
you
guess
know, when I looked,
the other dude, I forgot his name, but when he was talking about it, it didn't sound like they had the same routine with him. It seems like they wasn't as comfortable with him maybe as they was with the other dude. Because the other dude said he was fucking on for like about 5-6 years. He said he was with them for like 3 years or so. So, and the way they was moving, they was hiding their face. He didn't know who it was. The other dude, he knew it was Cassie and Diddy. He knew, but they was very discreet with him. So I guess they had a different. I don't know. I guess they was trying different things.
back at it, it's like, okay, were the legal aspects of this being considered, right? I mean, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just, I'm breaking the law. I'm performing prostitution. And I'm like,
I think you have.
when you want me to come back? You know what I'm saying? Like, I it's furthest thing from my mind.
Yeah,
but when I
right.
look at how the lack of non-communication, the fact that it was always my choice.
Right.
If I wanted to, and it was never said, it kind of set it up where there's no actual
Right.
prostitution going on because there's not a verbal contract for sex.
Right. That's crazy.
In DC, they was
Two
very
adults
slick with
can
it.
like come to an agreement over sex and money. I think it's. I don't know. I'm Christian and everything, but I just. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. I don't think it should be a law against that.
Yeah, you're gonna
personally.
put somebody in jail because they.
Yeah.
You know, you can hire. You can
I've
hire
been
somebody.
saying this. I've been saying that. I mean, my homeboy was talking about this shit earlier. I'm like, bro, only women could do certain things and get away. Women could almost do anything in this world and get away with it. Because think about it. If a woman is selling pussy, because there's mostly women who sell pussy or prostitutes or whatever, right? Ain't no market in that for men. But let's say women selling pussy. You buying pussy as the man. If y'all get caught by the police, you going to jail. She's not gonna go to jail. They're gonna treat her like she's a victim. Meanwhile, she's selling pussy. You're the consumer. She is the seller. You're gonna go to jail. But I'm like, there's no other line of business or work or whatever the case may be where the seller, you selling, say for example, I'm selling crack, and this person over here is buying crack, and the police run up on us as it's happening, transactions happening. I'm going to jail. They're not gonna take the person who's smoking crack to jail. They might give him a little program. Whatever. He's not gonna get no jail time whatsoever. He's a user, but they're gonna take me to jail. But flip the script now. If a man is a sex worker, like bitches pay him to come fuck him, and the police run down, you think the police are gonna lock the women up for paying for sex for me? They're gonna lock me up for selling pussy, for me selling dick. I'm selling my dick. Women pay me to come fuck them, and I get paid for that. The police come, they're gonna lock me up as the man, and nothing's gonna happen to the woman. I'm selling it. She's buying it. Nothing's gonna happen to her. Cool. Flip the script. It's a woman selling pussy. I'm the man buying the pussy. The police gonna lock me up as the buyer, and nothing's gonna happen to her as the seller. How is that? It's like men are always held accountable no matter what the situation is. This woman is selling pussy. She knows it's illegal. I'm buying it. I know it's illegal. We both should go to jail. If that's the case, we both should be charged. Whatever the charge is, we both should get the same charge. Or I honestly believe the person who's selling the product that's harmful or whatever the case may be, or we may consider it. Because realistically, the only reason why this is illegal, dog, is because the government can't really tax it. Most of the time, it's like a under the table kind of thing, so they don't like that. If the government can make money off of some shit, it don't matter what it is, they gonna be okay with it. If they can't really tax it, or it's loopholes around it where you could do it under the table where they're not gonna get a cut, they have a problem with it. And that's just what it is. But like I was saying, men are always held accountable no matter what the situation is. And women are always treated as a victim, and she was manipulated, and Stockholm syndrome, all type of dumb shit. It's like, bruh, this is a grown adult just like you're a grown adult, and she made her own decisions just like you made your own decisions. You didn't kidnap her, force her. Come on. Even with the whole sex trafficking shit. When I think, and most people, only until recently in the past few years where they changed the laws to everything, and that's what they do, that's what America, that's one thing I don't like about America. They're very vague with, most of their laws is kind of up to interpretation. Everything. It's so broad that there is no way around it. They could just change it to fit the narrative that they wanted to fit at the time. Because, let's keep it real. 20 years ago, when you heard about sex trafficking, you thinking somebody, even now, most people when they hear about it, they thinking, all right, this somebody's being taken against their will and being shipped all over the place to have sex with people, and like they're being held hostage, and, or some slavery. It's like a sex slave kinda. That's what you thinking about when you think about sex trafficking. You don't think a grown adult making their own decisions to fuck somebody is being sex trafficked. Or you put a bitch on a plane to come suck you up in Atlanta, but you live in fucking New York, or whatever the case. But she live in Atlanta, you live in New York. You put on a plane to come suck you up, give her a couple dollars. You some big sex trafficker. You just thinking, no, I'm just getting sucked off and I gave her a couple dollars. Now that's sex trafficking. You see what I'm saying? And that's what they do with all the laws. All these laws now. All these stuff that's coming out with these men where they trying to lock them up. Most of these things was either one, perfectly legal just 10, 15 years ago. None of this shit would be considered sex trafficking. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you fly a bitch out, you fuck on her and give her a couple dollars. It's not the Mann Act and all this bullshit and these sex trafficking and conspiracy and RICO and all this dumb shit. None of that shit was that. It wouldn't even pop up on a fucking radar as a crime. But now, after all this Me Too movement and all this shit with these hoes, everything you do now, they trying to lock you up for. They could just, it's so real now. You could have sex with a woman, perfectly consensual. Yeah, both agreed you fuck. Yeah, I was fucking. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna say, oh, nobody does that when you about to have sex. Yeah, both just know sex is about to go down and y'all start having sex. Now, she could change her mind retroactively a few months later, a year later, and say, you know what? He didn't ask me for permission, or whatever stupid shit she could just come up with in her mind, even though it was perfectly consensual at the time when it happened. She could just change her mind after the fact. And you could go to jail and be charged with some bullshit. That's what I'm saying, dog. We in a time right now, men are targets, dog. You gotta be careful. Be careful of how you dealing with these chicks. Stay on point, watch your back, and keep records of everything. You dealing with a chick, I would advise dudes, especially if you got some money dealing with a chick, always bring them to your house. This sound crazy, don't know. Always bring them to your house. Have cameras all through your house, dog. In your bedroom. And don't have it set up in a way where they know about it. No. Just have it all through your bedroom. Hidden cameras, except for in the bathroom. You could have a sign outside your house saying, oh, when you come in here, you're being recorded. Just have it like that, but they don't know where the cameras are. Don't put it in the bathroom because that's different. You know what I'm saying? Keep everywhere in your house have a camera except for the bathroom. And have a sign outside your house that you're going to be recorded once you walk in this house. So at least they know, like, oh, I'm being recorded, so it ain't gonna be no, oh, he recorded me against my will bullshit. Like, no, there's literally a sign in front of my house saying, once you walk into this house, you're gonna be recorded. So everything y'all do is recorded. Don't talk to these bitches on the phone. Text me. So we got a record of everything. Because on the phone, it could be anything. She could be recording you, you recording her. And if you do want to do the phone thing, have her recording you. You call this bitch on the phone, have 2 phones or recording device or whatever. Boop. Speaker, record every conversation you have with her. Every text message, keep it. She can't. You don't have sex with her nowhere else but at your house, unless it's your girl or your wife, whatever. That's different. But if it's just some scallywag you fucking on, always bring it to you. No hotels, cause she could say anything happened once y'all got in that room, and you didn't want to let her leave, and you was holding all type of stupid shit. Have NDAs, even though that don't really hold up unless once it become criminal, NDAs is out the window. But it's you agreed to suck me up. You know what I'm saying? So at least that you know what I'm saying? But you gotta be careful out here, dog, if you're a man of means. These women, and it's like a hustle now. A lot of women is a way for them to get some money and do what they gotta do. Whether you did it or not, women know now. If you hip to what's going on in the world and you on social media, you just own a smartphone, you see all this stuff going on every other day. Some dude being accused of shit that he didn't do, and bitches trying to get some money out of it. That's just gonna encourage other women to do it. So you have to be on point now. Even though you think this chick, she would never do that. She could just wake up one day if she don't get what she want out of the relationship. Like the relationship doesn't go the way she thinks it's gonna go, or she's gonna get some money out of it, or a relationship out of it. She could just wake up and be like, you know what, you did something to her. And the public and people are always going to believe it. And then you're guilty until proven innocent. But now I think it's to the point where a lot of people is like, me personally, every time I hear something, some random chick come out and say this dude did something to her, I never believe it. I always go to the I don't believe it first until you prove it to me. 20 years ago, I might have had a different outlook on it. Like, oh man, damn, that's fucked up. He did that. Ooh. But now I don't believe that bitch. 100% of the time, I always go with the I don't believe you first. Until you prove it to me without a shadow of a doubt. Outside of that, I'm always like, she's lying. Because it's just too much.
For every other aspect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But if you hire them for pleasure,
yeah,
you're breaking the law. Clean my house.
Yeah, clean my house.
Unclog my toilet. Get that log out of there, man. Get that log out of there.
Yeah.
All that
you
shit.
Make me come, you going to jail.
Yeah. Everything you can pay somebody to do.
Think about it that way.
You can't pay somebody to come suck you up. Like, come on.
Australia, it's all legal there. They have houses. Like, even here in Las Vegas, you have brothels here. It's legal. Yeah. For someone to actually go to jail for that, I think that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
and
insane.
I mean, the charges he's facing now is not even the sex; it's because he bought the plane tickets.
That's crazy. That means
Diddy must have
I'm
pissed
guilty of trafficking my wife.
I mean, everybody's
you know?
guilty of trafficking.
Listen,
Every nigga that ever
and
flew a
that's what's
bitch out
crazy,
ever
right?
is a
Because
sex trafficker.
both of these women were.
This
his
is why
actual
these laws
girlfriend.
have to be
Right.
changed,
And
dog.
you know, me looking at it,
But that's
he was in a relationship with her.
and that's some shit Andrew Tate was saying when I was watching right on this podcast. He was saying that he was like the laws now. And he said that's what he liked about Saudi Arabia. This is illegal. This is not illegal. There is no gray area to where they can manipulate it to try to put you in. No, this is legal. This is illegal. They're very strict. Whatever. That's cool, but you know what's illegal and what's not. In America, every law, almost every law. I be watching certain channels. Them channels, I think it's Audit the Audit or something like that. I be watching certain things. I be like, oh yeah, the cops broke the law. They did this. No, because right here, and if you spin it and manipulate the law in this way, then technically, and there's nothing that's just cut and dry, right and wrong. Everything is some gray area where they could kind of manipulate, and the government knows that. So, like Andrew Tate was saying, you always guilty in America. You think you a law-abiding citizen, but you're really not. Because every law is pretty much up to interpretation of how they want to deal with the law and how they want to uphold the law. So no matter what you think, even for me, I think I'm a law-abiding citizen. But I'm probably a fucking felon. Just getting up every day and going through my life. I'm probably committing so much felonies in the eyes of the law. Because they could just change it up to fit the narrative that they wanted to fit if they want to put you in jail. Because all these laws here, sexual, all this shit, like I was saying before, all this stuff was one thing 10, 15 years ago. This is what everybody thought it was. Now, every man who's ever put a bitch on a plane is a sex trafficker. It's like, come on.
Years.
Right.
And when the prosecution said you only need one for instance. So this woman could have been his companion for 10 years. There was hundreds of text messages where she consented, wanted to do it, was excited to do it. You know what I'm saying? But if one time she said, I don't want to today, and he's like, come on, like, let's do it, let's whatever, you know. Now that's coercion, and now
That's
you
crazy.
sex trafficked her.
Right. I don't know how many times I fell asleep. I'm tired, honey. I'm tired. Wake up, my mushroom tips in her mouth. That's coercion.
Bro,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Lock her
Things don't
ass
work
up,
out.
dog.
Got
Yeah.
a case.
You got a case, dog. They don't work out. You got a case. Real shit.
Y'all can
That's
make me some
basically
funny.
what it is.
That is wild, man.
Man, look, bro, I can't say it was just a similar routine every single time, man. I can't say. And what this is what I will say. Whether her level of pleasure or enjoyment or not, whatever, but it was clear this was a scene being created for him.
It was
You know what
all
I'm
for
saying?
him.
It was that. It was for him. You know. Now, so that's undeniable. Now, if she was forced to do it, if she was under distress, you know what I'm saying? That's what the crux of the issue is, and apparently the jury didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
So the major charge
Come
of
on,
racketeering, which is a legal operation, built to,
He wasn't racketeering
make
shit. He
money
was sex
for
trafficking.
profit.
Nobody
Yeah.
shit.
For profit-
This whole
for
case was
profit
bullshit, though.
that He was found not
This was a
guilty.
showcase.
Obviously, I didn't see any racketeering.
From the
Then
jump,
there
I
was,
didn't believe that he
there's a
did
RICO
nothing.
too,
I've been with saying, bro, let
Yeah,
that man
that's
go,
what
bro.
RICO
He
and
didn't do shit. He's a
racketeering.
freak.
Yeah.
Then
That's
another
not
major
illegal.
charge was
Sex trafficking.
And a bunch of people were saying that.
That's
Only
those
dumb
charges seem
motherfuckers
like
who
too
just don't
fucked
like
up for
Diddy
me.
or racist motherfuckers.
So how I looked
or
at it is,
bitches
if you
is
wasn't
gonna be
gonna
like
do
put
no
him in
sex
jail. But
trafficking,
outside of that,
then-
every
then
man
you're gonna have
who
a
got
hard
any
time
common
doing
sense was like, bro, that nigga didn't
Right.
do
because
nothing.
a
Let
lot
that
of
man
the
go.
stuff that they were trying to prove the racketeering with was things that were done for the sex situation. So, but I mean, it's unfair, right? When you get somebody that that big of a celebrity, he ain't going to Walmart to get his own baby oil.
Right.
You know what
You
I'm
know
saying?
what I'm saying? You got
he ain't going
people
to
to
the
do that
corner
for
to buy
you.
his own ecstasy pills, right?
Right.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have an assistant or somebody doing that stuff. So if that's the case, every super high level celebrity that has their assistants doing personal stuff.
Yeah. Trying
Right?
to protect their identity.
Yeah, trying to protect their identity and stuff, whether they're buying drugs or whatever the case may be. Everybody's at risk. The
Right.
same thing like we said about the girlfriend, like your wife. Like you know, you've been sex trafficked at night.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When
I was
you
tired. I woke up.
you-
She was sucking me off. I was like, and she made me do it.
no,
No, how many times I gotta say that?
Hey, so they got him basically just on prostitution. Yeah.
not prostitution, transportation.
Oh,
For prostitution. So all the actual prostitution things were past statute of limitations.
Oh, I see.
So you couldn't charge that. So they used that. It's called the Mann Act, which really
That's
came
what they
about
do. I keep
years
telling you, bro.
ago.
The white
where
man,
it
and I
was
always say,
slave
when I
trade,
say
right?
stuff like that, I always say the white man. Because these are his laws. Ain't no black people creating these laws to lock nobody up. It's all the white man. So the white man, dog, when they want you, they will get your black ass. Simple and plain. And if they don't want to get you, they'll figure out a way to wiggle your ass up out of them crimes. Like they always do.
where they would take the slaves and travel
By
from
the
state
Mann
to
Act.
state
That was the
and
Jack
make
Johnson Act. Because that's when it was first created.
them do prostitution.
By the fucking Mann
So
Act.
that's what the law originated from, but it still exists. So you can kind of take it and curtail it to different
Oh, man.
charges. You know?
Yeah. It was never meant to convict a music mogul from transporting his wife. They used that.
Yeah.
That's kind of diabolical, in my book.
Man. Yeah, I mean, it's an interpretation of the law. How you want to use it.
Right.
You know, those statutes, the way the laws are written, are so kind of like they're broad. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So
I
you can
just said
fit
that.
it under the broadness
And they will
of it,
just
you can
put
use
some
it.
shit up in
Yeah, I
there.
think
Everything is
Diddy
broad.
pissed off
Nothing is
somebody.
cut and dry. Everything
And
is
they
just
get back
wide
in.
open.
That's what I think. But
So we could just throw everybody under there when we want to,
Yeah,
and we could
Andrew
just
Tate,
pull
yeah.
them out of there when we don't want
Hey,
to. The
I
same
would
shit. See what I
imagine,
said?
like-
Same shit Andrew Tate was saying. Every law is so, especially when it's some shit to try to get a man caught up in something with these hoes, everything is so broad and they could just change it and just change the laws over time. When you're like, wait a minute, 20 years ago, this was not what it meant. When people said sex trafficking, this is what everybody thought. Now it's you pay any bitch to suck you up and you put her in a cab. So you put a bitch, it's going to reach, I'm telling you, mark my words. It's going to reach to the point where if you put a chick in a cab to come to your house to suck you up, this could be with one of your little side pieces or some shit, and you give her a couple dollars, you sex trafficking. It doesn't have to be a plane no more. You put a bitch in a cab.
I don't know. I've been in that situation before. Me and Kim did something when we was younger. It was like a husband and wife, and me and my brother went to go do his wife while he watched. I had a difficult time performing.
I could only imagine.
Yeah, man.
Like, cause that dude, this white, short, fat white dude, just right there stroking. He had that Diddy stroke going. Can you get up my peripheral so I can concentrate? Right, he was doing all this.
So y'all both know my pain, bro.
Yeah.
We're here, bro.
He right there doing all that stroking and cock stirring and stuff. I'm like, man, can you just? I can feel you breathing on me, man. Back the hell up. Yeah, it was uncomfortable. I had to tell him to leave the room. I said, go wait in the bathroom. I'll tell you when I'm done.
Nigga, so I was for my brother here.
Yeah, it's not a game, man.
It's just,
yeah.
I thought, man, so was that hard for you?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Dude, that's why I was completely over medicated.
Right.
And you know, a few times, especially the last time, I couldn't even pull it off, man. It's like,
wow, yeah.
It's definitely
Shit got old, huh?
yeah, bro. It was definitely difficult, man. Definitely difficult, bro. Dude, it was that situation actually scarred me. Like, obviously, you know, I wrote a book about erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, what's the name of your book?
In Search of Freezer Meat. Freezer meat. Think, bro. What's harder than freezer meat? Pull a piece of meat out the freezer and see how hard that joint is.
That be hard as hell.
That'd be hard as hell. Yeah. So yeah, man, so, that's how I want to be. I want to be freezer meat.
That's a great title, man.
All right, we gonna end it right there because we only 1/3 of the way through. You know what I'm saying? The video's already 54 minutes about to be, so we gonna end it right there. I don't know. Y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? Depending on the traction, if I'm gonna react to the rest of the video, but if not, y'all know where to find them. Did the twin pod, the Hodge twins. They just dropped it today, 11 hours ago, so y'all go check them out if y'all want to watch the whole interview. But I'm gonna leave it right there. Y'all pretty much get the gist of the shit. Freezer meat. But yeah, leave a comment on the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll be back to y'all with another one.